Hey guys, what do you think of my box, my rectangular prism? Let's look at the diagonal. It goes from this upper left all the way down to the bottom right. So here it is at some different angles, and it's just cutting through the box. We'll call the height of the box H, we'll call the length of the box L, and we'll call the width of it W. Call the diagonal D. The length of D, the diagonal, is exactly the square root of H squared plus L squared plus W squared. Now we could put a box around this. This is official notes. Would you like to see how these notes are derived? Let's derive it. If we draw this line right here, which is just the diagonal of one of the faces, and call that x, we can calculate this x by using the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So it'll be h squared plus l squared equals x squared. Then we square root both sides, and then on the right hand side, the square root of x squared is just x. So we know x is equal to the square root of h squared plus l squared. So we can change the label of x into square root of h squared plus l squared. Next, let's rotate things a little bit, and let's look at this w right here. W is just the base of this side right here. This also makes a right triangle. And if we pull that triangle out, it's going to have this h squared plus l squared as this side here. It's going to have w as the bottom, and then it's going to have d as the hypotenuse. So then we do a squared plus b squared equals c squared again, where a is the square root of h squared plus l squared. So we'll do that squared. B is going to be w, so that'll be plus w squared. And c is the hypotenuse, which is d in this case. So it's equal to d squared. This square root and this square will cancel each other out, which gives us h squared plus l squared. And then we can bring down everything else to give us w squared equals d squared. Since we're solving for d, we can just square root both sides of the equation, and the square root of d squared is just d, and now we've derived our formula. D is equal to the square root of h squared plus l squared plus w squared. How exciting.